the fuck is going on, man? Like, what's happening in gaming? What is up with these retarded decisions? Now, if you didn't hear, and this has nothing to do with 2K, but I'ma still blame NBA 2K because we gotta remember, NBA 2K has also made some of the dumbest decisions ever. It's like people just gather up in a board meeting and they just sit there and talk about nonsense. It's like everybody in the board meeting has a low IQ, or everyone's afraid to speak up to some big ass boss or something. But I don't know what's going on, but that's how you know that's a bad company environment, man. That's a bad environment. I mean, you read it in every single manager book. You gotta have a good environment to create a great product, man. You gotta have employees that trust you and believe and are able to speak and communicate with each other. But it doesn't look like this is happening, because if anybody in this board meeting would have spoken up or had said this doesn't make any sense, this would have all been avoided. But if you didn't hear, apparently Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2 Remaster, which is probably the first Call of Duty I'm actually interested in like maybe years, maybe 6 years, man, because I haven't been playing any Call of Duty game consistently for about the last 6-7 years. Seriously, only probably recently when it was Black Ops 2 was probably the last one I played for a good amount of time. Everything else to me was trash. I'm sorry, in my opinion, trash. And they announced Modern Warfare 2 Remaster, and apparently there's not going to be any online mode. I mean, no online mode? You think if you had a poll and you asked people why would they buy Modern Warfare 2 Remaster and they had a choice between single player and multiplayer, you think people would choose the single player? You think people are choosing to play a game for a single player that came out almost 10 years ago? The game came out in 2009. It's 2018. I mean, it just doesn't make any sense, man. It doesn't make any sense. And the poll I put up for you guys the other day, 85% of you guys said you would want the neighborhood to be removed from 2K19. Nobody cares about the neighborhood anymore. Nobody cares. This was not a great decision when you look at it after the fact. It was not a great decision. No multiplayer in Modern Warfare 2 Remaster is probably the worst decision ever to be made. If you want to make money, why would you make a decision like this? Remember when NBA 2K12 had no My Player Online? There was no blacktop, there was no crew mode, none of that. They absolutely had none of those features in NBA 2K12. People forget this, but I used to be playing since 2K11. 2K11 had crew mode, they had the online blacktop mode. 2K11, even though it was kind of buggy and glitchy sometimes, 2K11 was lit. And 2K12, they had a whole year to fix and change the mode up, make it better. They just removed the entire mode completely. And then 2K13 came out and they finally added blacktop again, and they still had no crew mode. And then 2K14 came out, and I think there was still no crew mode, at least in the base game. And then 2K14 came out on the next gen consoles, the PS4 and the Xbox One, and then they added My Park mode, but there was still no crew mode. So it was like, how many years? 2K12, 2K13, 2K14 with no type of crew mode or no type of team up. Then in 2K15, they add the Jordan Rex to that. I'm not sure if there's, I can't remember if they're speaking pro or not in that game mode, but they added the Jordan Rex in it, which was cool, man. It was the first taste of 5v5 gameplay. However, you have different courts playing at the same time. You got the God next position. I mean, it was cool, but that was also still buggy. And you gotta remember, from 2K14 to 2K15, even though they were continuing to add park mode and continue to improve and add, you know, modes like the Jordan Rec Center, Online Association was getting worse. They basically removed every feature from the Online Association. Now, some of you might not know this because some of you don't play on Online League, but they removed literally all the best features of Online Association and made it to a dull, bare bones mode. I mean, listen, It got worse, way worse over time. I have no idea why, who made this decision, but that was also a feature that just continued to get worse. And it's like, why is this mode getting worse when it was perfect in 2K12, it was fine in 2K13, and you made it worse for 2K14, 15, and almost basically 16. It literally took almost until 2K16 or 2K17 until we could have a draft My League Online Association and be able to draft players and actually have a good system where we could trade, sign free agents, and have multiple years in the league with development. It literally took all that time just to get that mode back. Like, why would you even remove a mode like that? And think about the decisions to finally bring back, you know, crew mode, which is basically Pro-Am. It took all those years finally to get a Pro-Am mode where you can actually customize the jerseys again and customize the court. But you gotta remember, again, when Pro-Am mode came back, or when, you know, the mode came back in 2K15, I think, or what, I think it was 2K16, the following year, 2K17, after, in 2K16, you had the arena, right? You can play in the arena. You had your Pro-Am team, you played in the arena. In 2K17, they removed the arena. They called it Pro-Am, but you didn't play in an arena like you did in 2K16. So in 2K17, you were just playing on the Pro-Am court. Sure, you can customize it, but you're still playing in the Pro-Am court. It's like, why would they remove the arena from Pro-Am? It didn't make any sense. And now in 2K18, now you get up to a certain point, then you can get an arena. So after all this time, we finally have come to at least a good base Pro-Am mode in 2K18. And we finally have a fully functional online association in 2K18. All these years, and you know, this 2K18 is still has mistakes in the game. But after all these years, they finally made the right decisions, at least in most of these areas. So now we gotta just wait till 2K19 to see what they're gonna do, because the decisions need to be right. And I don't know who's gonna speak up at this board meeting at 2K, or who's gonna listen to the community, because there's no more LD2K. Who's gonna take our feedback? Like, who's really listening? Is Mike Wang really listening? After all they done to 2K18, are they listening to us for 2K19? Like, I'm worried, man. Like, listen, Call of Duty Activision, they took a shit on the Call of Duty community. You hype up bringing back Modern Warfare 2 and you bring back a 6-hour campaign. I ain't gonna lie, like, that campaign was fire. For a Call of Duty game, that campaign was fire. But in all reality, you're gonna sit there and bring back something like that it doesn't matter. It just does not matter, man. I mean, that was one of the worst decisions I've ever seen in gaming, to bring back Modern Warfare 2 and not have that. I mean, that's my most played Call of Duty game and the most fun I've ever had in a Call of Duty game ever. I mean, it's not even just about the online gameplay, it's about the private matches you can do with your friends. You know, sniper 1v1s, sniper 3v3s on Rust. I mean, we used to have 1v1 gunfights on Rust, man. Seeing who was the best gunner out of all of us. I mean, you can't beat those times, and y'all just gonna take a shit on the community like that. Which is what 2K has been doing. I mean, you gotta listen, man. I mean, it's easy to, I'm not saying it's easy to make a game, but it's easy to implement at least some of this stuff. I mean, look at the neighborhood. Can we get a new map? Can we get a new playground? That shit is boring, man. But y'all made the decision, and y'all making terrible decisions, man. But I'm just saying, man, 2K is literally at the top of making some of the worst decisions in gaming. And now Call of Duty, we're gonna throw Call of Duty into the mix because this shit is retarded. It's literally retarded. But anyways, man, let me know what you think in the comment section. Leave a like for more. I'm out for now. Peace.